Morning, dear students. Today we will be seeing the basic, then for the CBSE oriented board exams, then we'll be seeing about JEE and NEET and also in any of the competitive exams.
So, dear students, you might be familiar with the basics of physics which we have seen in the section 1, where we are explaining about the torque and how to calculate the torque and some of the common symbols and units with some examples. Then we were seeing about the torque on a dipole in an uniform electric field. So now we will be going little advanced for the JEE as well as NEET. So we have to see in depth in different way. So those who are opting for JEE, NEET and any competitive exams, you can continue along with this in this section. Rest of you can see the previous section, which will be very useful for you for the CBSE board. And those who are opting for CBSE board as well as the JEE and NEET, you just continue with me in this section. So dipole in an external electric field. So when a dipole is kept in an uniform field, then the net force experienced by the dipole is zero. And this is what you can just see it in the figure. You can see in this figure the total force between these two, minus Q and plus Q. When you add this total force, you get the value 0. So the net force becomes experienced by this dipole is 0. So the next net torque experienced by the dipole will be P E sine theta. Tau is equal to P E sine theta. When you see here, the torque will be P into E. If you apply for theta 90, you get tau is equal to P into E. So the torque which is produced in the dipole will align itself in the direction of the electric field, causing a stable equilibrium of the dipole. So this torque will align itself to the electric field. So this will cause a stable equilibrium for the dipole. So when it is stable in dipole, now we will see the torque when it is in rotation. When it is rotating, what is the work which is done by the object, dipole. So we will consider the dipole is kept in a uniform electric field, so that the electric field completely passes in a uniform way. It experiences an angle of theta 1. Then it is turned to an angle theta 2. At a uniform electric field, the charge has been kept at a particular angle theta 1. Then it has been turned from that to theta 2. So the work done will be W is equal to P cos theta minus cos 2. Cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. So when there is a change here, we get the work done is equal to P into cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. So we'll consider theta 1 to be 0 because it's the starting point here, and while it's moving at the angle theta 2. So we'll substitute this value theta 1 to be 0 and that of theta to be the same as theta. So when you substitute theta 1 is equal to 0 degree and theta 2 is equal to theta, we get the work done is equal to P cos 0 degree minus cos theta is equal to P into 1 minus cos theta. So when it is at rotation, we get the work done P 1 minus cos theta. So the dipole in an external field which is experiencing same uniform electric field, when it is in rotation, we get a formula W is equal to P 1 minus cos theta. Potential energy of dipole. So in the previous one you saw it had an angle of rotation theta. Now it's been rotated to perpendicular. From this position it's been rotated to perpendicular. So if the dipole is rotated from perpendicular to the field, then theta 1 is equal to 90 degree and theta 2 is equal to theta. So now when you rotate like this to 90 degree with the same uniform field, the two dipoles get in vertical position, then the work done will be P is equal to cos 90 minus cos theta. Cos 90 at the initial one and the turning radius here, you get it theta and angle theta. So P cos 90 minus cos theta is equal to minus P cos theta. Minus P cos theta. So next is equilibrium of dipole. So the previous one you saw a small tilt of rotation, then it was in 90 degree. Now we are going to see when it's in the same path where the electric field is. So when theta is equal to 0, dipole is placed along the electric field. It is said to be in stable equilibrium because after turning it through a small angle, dipole tries itself to align itself again in the direction of the electric field. So when it is in same direction, that's only a small angle and the dipole aligns itself to the electric field. So this dipole, when it's been made parallel to this, so it comes in a straight line. So it becomes a stable. Now when it has been rotated in this direction and it's in opposite side, so plus Q will be this side and minus Q will be on this side in opposite direction, opposite to that of the electric field, then it will be unstable equilibrium. So when theta is equal to 180 degree, that is the dipole is placed in the opposite to the electric field, it is said to be in unstable equilibrium. So when it's in opposite direction, it is unstable equilibrium. When it's in same direction, it is stable equilibrium by means of the dipole aligning itself if it has a small angle in the equilibrium, if it's in the same direction. The next one is when the dipole has been slightly moved from the normal equilibrium field. So oscillation of the dipole occurs. That means when it is in this electric field, it is moved slightly from that position to another position. So then the period of oscillation is T is equal to 2 pi root of I divided by P. That I is moment of inertia. So in short, the dipole experiences a normal net torque as shown in this figure, which you have seen in the first. When it's been given a rotation or tilt from here, from this particular point to the next point, you get a work done. And when it's been again rotated to 90 degree, the work done gets changed. And when it's been placed in parallel to this, it gets aligned to this electric field. And when it's been placed in opposite direction, when this comes over, this dipole charge comes over this particular place of electric field in opposite direction, it also aligns to the electric field but in opposite direction, so it becomes unstable. And when it's been displaced from this place little above or below, so in the same uniform electric field, so you get a period of oscillation 2 pi root of I divided by P. So till now you are seeing about in an uniform electric field. Now the electric dipole is being placed in a non-uniform electric field. Electric dipole in a non-uniform electric field. So when it's placed in a non-uniform electric field, you can see the force, it's been moving in different directions from the same point. So it is a combination of translatory as well as rotational motion. So the dipole is being shifted in different angle. So the net force is not equal to 0. So here the net force is not equal to 0. So when the net force is not equal to 0, the torque's net torque is also not equal to 0. So both are not equal to 0. So net force is not equal to 0 and net torque is not equal to 0. So electric dipole in a uniform electric field, the force is equal to 0. Net force is equal to 0 and the net torque is equal to 0. But when it comes as a non-uniform electric field, the net force is not equal to 0 and net torque is also not equal to 0. So now we will be continuing about some of the problems for the NEET as well as JEE. Just now you have seen the fundamentals for the JEE as well as NEET and the basics you have seen in the previous section. So let's continue now with the problem. The instantaneous angular position of a point on a rotating wheel is given by the equation theta of t is equal to 2t to the power cube minus 6t to the power square. The torque on the wheel becomes 0 at t is equal to 1 second. Second option, t is equal to 0.5 second. Third option, t is equal to 0.25 second. Fourth option, t is equal to 2 seconds. So the question is, at what time the torque of the wheel will become 0? That's a short question for this. What time the torque of the wheel will become 0? So we have been given theta of t. So theta of t is equal to 2t cube minus 6t square. Now just go for a derivation. D theta by dt is equal to dt square 6t square minus 12t. Just go for the differential equation. D theta divided by dt is equal to 6t square minus 12t. Again go for the second derivation. D square theta divided by dt square is equal to 12t minus 12 is equal to 0. So take the common factor 12 outside. So you will get 12 into t minus 1 is equal to 0. Take this 1 on this side. So you will get t is equal to 1 second. So the answer for the problem is A. Answer is A. So get first a derivation, then again a differential equation, second time, and equate it to 0. So 12 into t minus 1 is equal to 0, t is equal to 1 second. So the angular moment d square by theta by dt square is equal to 0 as given by the question. So the wheel will become 0 at the time t is equal to 1 second. The second problem is a wheel having angular momentum 2 pi kilogram meter square by second about its vertical axis rotates at a rate of 60 rpm about this axis. The torque which can stop the wheel's rotation in 30 seconds could be: option A is pi by 18 Newton meter, B 2 pi by 15 Newton meter, C pi by 12 Newton meter, D pi by 15 Newton meter. So in this question, what torque is needed to stop this wheel rotation in 30 seconds? So we have been given the angular momentum is equal to 2 pi. So the changing time is delta t is equal to 30 seconds. So the torque into delta t is equal to the angular moment. Torque into delta t, the time is equal to angular moment. So when you substitute the values for this, you get an answer. Torque is equal to 2 pi divided by 30 Newton meter. If you cut this 2, you get pi by 15 Newton meter. So the answer is D. Answer is D. So torque formula is tau into delta T is equal to alpha. So now we'll go for the third problem. A particle is moving with an uniform speed in a circular orbit of radius r in a central force inversely proportional to the nth power of r. If the period of rotation of the particle is t, then option A is t is proportional to r n by 2. B, t is proportional to r 3 by 2 for any n. C, t is proportional to r n by 2 plus 1. D, t is proportional to r n plus 1 divided by 2. Omega square is directly proportional to 1 by rn, r to the power n plus 1. So when you take root of this, omega is directly proportional to 1 by r n plus 1 by 2. So we have a time period t is equal to 2 pi by omega. This is the formula. T is equal to 2 pi by omega. Substitute this value of omega here. You get t is equal to 2 into 10, 180 degree divided by 1 by r n plus 1 by 2. So when you take it up, it becomes 360 degree into r n plus 1 by 2. So it's directly rotate, having a full rotation. So time period t is directly proportional to r n plus 1 by 2. So the answer is D. Answer is D. T is directly proportional to r n plus 1 by 2. Now let's see the fourth problem. ABC is an equilateral triangle with O as its center. F1, F2 and F3 representing three forces acting on the sides AB, BC and AC respectively. If the total torque about O is 0, then the magnitude of F3 is, option A is F1 plus F2, option B F1 minus F2, option C F1 plus F2 divided by 2, and option D 2 F1 plus F2, 2 into F1 plus F2. You can see three forces acting here, and AB, BC and AC. And these three forces, the net force in this particular area will be 0. So when it's 0, we have to find what is the magnitude of this particular F3. So when in these four options, which will come to make this particular total torque to be 0. So when the total force becomes 0 at a particular point F3, the total torque should become 0. So we will take the total torque is equal to torque of force F1, torque of force F2 and torque of force F3. So we are adding all this, we get the total torque. So the total torque is 0. So the force is F1 into R, the length, plus F2 into R, plus F3 into R for the torque. F1 into R, F2 into R, plus F3 into R. So tau is equal to nothing but F into R. So you take the common R outside, you get F1, F2 plus F3. F1 plus F2 plus F3. Now take this 0 to left hand side, you get F1 plus F2 plus F3. Take this F3 to the left hand side, you get F1 plus F2. So the answer is A. So you can just keep in memory in short this small tabular column, where when theta is equal to 0, that is the equilibrium in 0, and theta is equal to 90 degree when the dipole is in 90 degree and the dipole is in opposite direction 180 degree. So what will happen? Stable at 0 degree, and at 90 degree it is not in equilibrium and it's unstable. What torque you will get, what work done it will be, and what is the final total ultimate work, potential energy. So totally you can see in this, from this single tabular column. Also you can see the dipole interactions for the relative positions of the dipole, so how it is going to interact, and for the force you can see how the force for the attractive repulsive, and how the potential energy. A short brief you can see from this particular tabular column, so it will be easy for you to in the final reference. So go through all the problems also, and you can use this tabular column also for your reference.
Okay, dear students, we hope that you might have understood some basic methods of solving the problems. This is just a support aid. We are just giving a supporting aid which will support you during the examinations of JEE and other competitive examinations. Also, the problems might support you in the board exam also. So watch it, as we will be updating frequently. So if you are interested, you can subscribe and share it. And thanks for watching. Thank you.